I think what's so sick about you is if we're about to get jumped by the bullies and there needs to be someone who's, jumps up in the front and is like, stop in the name of love. It's going to be your Care Bear app. What's up, you guys? This is the first episode of my new show, Reading the Stars. We're here. We made it. I literally traveled all the way from New York City to the Valley of Los Angeles, California. I was lost, but now I am here. I'm so excited to bring you guys along with me on this journey where we basically meet a new superstar every week. We get into their astrology, we get into what's going on in their lives, and also, you guys get to be a part of it as well. We do take fan submissions at the end of each episode, and we get into any questions that you guys have for them. We vibe out. It's gonna be a good time. My first guest tonight is going to be Drew Afualo. She is the baddest bitch of all time in my book, and I'm sure in yours. She is a Virgo sun, Cancer moon, Sagittarius rising, and she uses she, her pronouns. We had the most epic conversation in history. We talked about her superhero origin story. We talked about the art of being mean. I'm so excited to have her on today. Everybody at home, Drew Afualo.
Hey. That's how we communicate.
Yeah.
Like, what do you call it? What do you call it when you do the dots and you're like Morse code?
Morse code.
That's you and me.
Whoa.
That's how we communicate.
I feel like people don't really understand that the bitches who really do like live their life with the long acrylic nails.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new intellectual property.
Absolutely.
We communicate in like short and simple.
Mm-hmm. We've ascended to a higher plane.
Yeah.
That's us.
It's spiritual.
Not everyone can do it.
Not everyone can do it.
Not everyone's built for it.
No.
That's like God took his time.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Yeah.
So I met you for the first time yesterday. And I think what's so interesting, I mean, I've been following you for, again, I don't even know how long.
Same.
You've always
With
just
me to
been, please.
Yeah.
You've always just been like a part of my For You page. Like, I think like every 50 videos, you show up and you cussing somebody out. And I'm like, hey, okay. But, I think the thing about you that I love so much is, obviously there is this like beautiful, like, confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the thing that makes the confidence that you display so beautiful is because it's grounded in something.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
that's so sweet.
Yeah, like you're so grounded. It's something that I like when I came on your show and I was nervous. I had the idea that I was nervous at first, and then I was like, no, because I'm gonna sit down with her and she's gonna make me feel like I'm at home.
Yeah. Maybe that's my earth sign.
Probably.
Me being so grounded.
Probably.
I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's like very. If there's steady hand on the wheel, everyone else in the car will be okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I run my online presence too.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all right. I got us.
Yeah.
I'll take care of us. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I
Papa's got you.
Please. I think what's also so cool about you is, there's just so many different sides to you. Me saying this, like, this is the second day I'm meeting you, but these are the vibes that I'm picking up.
Well, we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Spiritually.
Yeah. Spiritually.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think about, like, you, and I think, like, there's so many beautiful different sides of you. There's a side of you that's, but they come out at different points because I feel like, something about you, I feel like, you're a Cancer moon. So you kind of have this really strange intuition that's like a pulse on the reality. You know when you have to be one side of yourself. You know when to be the other side of yourself.
Yeah.
You know when it's safe to be this side of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's also like a big reason why I feel so driven to protect people, because my Cancer moon makes me really sensitive, very empathetic, contrary to what it may seem like on TikTok. But that's like what drives me to like be so blunt and frankly violent with my responses to people who attack like others unprovoked.
Yeah.
Because it upsets me. It makes me really angry. So
Yeah.
I've channeled it into, when I was younger, I used to be a lot meaner, but now I've channeled it into more of a comedy thing, like laughing at them, because I feel like that stings a little bit more, cuts a little deeper when you laugh.
You know, I think though, I think it's so funny because I know, like, you know, some of those men will get, which if you are not familiar, Drew is notoriously known for coming up with some of the best ways to really put men in check when someone's not putting them in check.
Yeah.
And the thing about Drew is I feel like, you know, the men will definitely retaliate and be like, you're so violent. Nah, you didn't have to say all that.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is that you speak to people in a way that they understand.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's, again, like, it's one of those things when you're bigoted, like, you're not going to listen to one of the marginalized groups that you think lesser of.
For using, like, politically correct terms.
Yeah. You're not going to listen to them.
Yeah.
Obviously, because you find shit like that funny. So that's why I don't waste time trying to teach you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
And then you're going to regret saying it. And that's why I always tell people, like, I don't want to change them. I think that's the part we're missing.
Yeah.
People think, like, I'm on a mission to change them. I'm not. I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit what you do in your regular life. I just make you shut the up.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
And then it works. So that's my goal. That's my only goal, is to get you to shut up.
You're like, let's use douchebag number 13,764 as an example today.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like when I attack looks and stuff, because sometimes people are like, what makes you any better? I'm like, well, I'm not a bigot, so I'm automatically better. But other than that, like, anything I attack is either something was a patriarchal value, like height, right? Calf size, hairline. Those are all standards set by other men.
Yeah.
They think I'm the one who made those.
Yeah.
I didn't, right? So when you attack them, they get hurt because they're misogynistic, because they're ruled by the patriarchy, or it's something that's considered conventionally attractive. So like big muscles, for example.
Yeah.
I'll make fun of them, and then they're like, that's so mean. But those are conventional beauty standards. No one's oppressing you because you're in shape.
Yeah.
So like, it's important to make fun of it, because then, like, you look a fool.
Yeah.
You look stupid.
Yeah.
And they don't like feeling like that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So like, I want to know, what I want to know is, you know, I don't want to call it a villain origin story. I want to know what your, like, superhero origin story was. Has this always been the vibe? What, like, you know, when you were, like, growing up, like, what was the vibe? Like, how was that, like, going to school? Did you go to school with, like, boys and girls?
Yeah.
How was
Went to public
that?
school.
Yeah. How was that?
I mean, for me, I think sometimes people think it's like either a lie or it's like exaggerated, but I've like genuinely, my rope has always been ridiculously short when it comes to men. Always.
Yeah.
Literally always. I've been vastly irritated since I came out the womb, specifically with men. And I can't tell you why, because I have a great dad, I have a great father figure. I have multiple father figures in my life, all of whom are very strong men who don't like get their jollies off sucking the life out of women. Yeah. So I've seen how men should treat women.
Yeah.
So,
also, wait, quick sidebar.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew's dad, you're so gorgeous.
Wait, hold on. I wanted to tell this story, and I forgot when I had her on my show. I forgot to talk about this. Antoni made a TikTok and subtweeted my dad. Yes. And I just want to bring it to light. And I saw it. She was talking about Father's Day. Shout out, she's the way some of you have been gatekeeping your dads. Yeah. And so then the top comment on that video said, the way that I know this is about Drew. And then she was like, I was going to at her, but I didn't want to get into it. You know what I mean? And I found the video. I saw it on my For You page.
Because I was sitting there on Father's Day, and I went over to my friend Victoria's house, Victoria Paris. Hello, hi. Yeah. We were sitting there at the dining room table as her girlfriend was doing something with Legos. Yeah. And she was like, yo, have you seen Drew's dad? I was like, no, not yet. And then like we pulled the pics and I was like, wow. And these pics are recent. Like these
Yeah.
are like within the past year and a half. So he still looks good today.
My dad is my dad, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah.
I stopped tagging him and my brother because I
Aw.
was like, y'all hoes lost trust.
Yes.
You lost privilege, go stand in the corner.
Please.
That's what I say about my dad.
She put us in timeout.
I said, put your phone on my dresser immediately.
Please.
That's why with him, well, speaking of my dad has been a wonderful dad my entire life. So when men are like, that's probably because you don't have a dad, I'm like, I had the best dad. That's why I'm like this. Because you are trash compared to him, like how he treats women. I'm also Samoan, so like Samoan culture is very matriarchal, so we hold women in very high regard in my culture. So women are like the sun of our families, so we all orbit around them. So the fact that in regular American culture, it's not like that at all, I've known that forever. So I didn't like it. So that's why I've always, growing up throughout school, I was real mean to boys a lot. I got in trouble a few times one time when I was a kid, I was playing, do you remember the game Foursquare?
Yeah.
You sit on the 4 points.
Cherry
switch.
bomb.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, so we're playing Foursquare. And then this young boy, we were the same age, right? He cheats, right? And so he cheated, and then he was telling me it was my turn to be it. I was like, no, because you're a cheater. And he was like, nah, like started trying to like be mean to me. And then I called him a name. And then he started crying and then went and told on me. So then I had to go sit in the thinking chair, which is timeout. And I was sitting in the chair and my teacher goes, do you know why you're sitting here? And I go, yeah, because I called him a name. And she was like, okay, well, you can get out of the chair if you go say sorry. And I was like, I will not. I refused to apologize. I was like, I'll do the time, but I will not apologize for the crime. Because I was like, he's a cheater and he should suffer consequences, yet I'm the one sitting here. And then I sat there all day. I literally sat there for hours because I just refused to apologize.
Wow.
And so then she told my mom, and my mom told me, to this day, my mom told me she tried so hard not to laugh because I was like, he's a cheater. Like, I'm not apologizing for that.
Yeah.
I surely will not.
Yeah.
And I did my time. I sat there.
Yeah.
I suffered. I watched everyone have fun, and I was like, worth it to me.
Yeah.
So I called him Jumbo. And I didn't know it meant fat. I just thought it was mean.
I'm Dad. You called him Jumbo?
And he wasn't Jumbo.
I'm
literally at all.
Dad. But it was also
His
like
name was Quan. If you ever see this, Quan, I don't forgive you.
Yeah.
Quan, if you ever see this. And I called him Jumbo because I just watched Dumbo for the first time, and that's his mom's name. And for some reason, that was the first. So let that be a reference to me calling
His mom's name is Dumbo?
His mom's name is Jumbo.
Oh.
Her name's Jumbo. His name's Dumbo.
I
I don't know why I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. But I compare men to cartoon characters a lot. So there you go.
Okay, hold on. I have to make a similarity to you. I think one of the reasons why like I enjoy your personality so much is just like my older sister, she's 11 months older than me. So we were always super close.
Like Irish twins.
Yes. And she's a Cancer moon as well. She's a Capricorn.
Love.
Yeah. So there's this thing about her where, you know, she would never really, you know, call herself tough. She would never really call herself anything. She's too low key for that. But something about her convictions.
Yeah.
Like when she believes in something, you can't shake her on it.
Yeah.
And also it's like interesting because I see the same thing in you. What I love about you is there's a little part of you that kind of like when people get uncomfortable, you kind of like that low key. You're like, I actually want to see you,
Really
you
like
know.
rattle the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Never get too comfortable when you're around me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, some of my boyfriend's friends are like afraid of me.
Yeah.
Like they've told my boyfriend, like, I'm low-key afraid of your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I always tell people a little healthy dose of fear, I don't think hurts anybody.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Stay on those toes, babe.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Stay on your P's and Q's. You know what I mean?
What I think is so sick is like, okay, so one, real menace vibes all the way down.
Yeah.
All the way down. Anyways, but I also think it's so cool because, you know, it seems that when people, I've met other people who sort of kind of might have a similar approach, but what makes them different and what kind of I think sets you apart is I think that like your intentions come from a pretty genuine and like wholesome place where I think sometimes people respond in the way that might appear similar to how you respond to defend themselves.
Yeah.
But you're kind of normally not really on the defense.
No,
you might be on the defense for someone else to defend them if they can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
But for you're kind of just like, yeah, I can see what this is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, absolutely. I think it's like it's a real delicate balance because sometimes, I've gotten criticisms where people are like, I don't even think she's that funny. I'm like, well, that's, humor is subjective. Like, whatever you find funny may not be funny to somebody else.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't care about that. Like, if you don't find me funny, that's not really a big deal to me.
Yeah.
But when people are like, that's not even mean, like, see, I always say you go for the obvious kill.
Yeah.
I go for something that's going to stick in that craw for the rest of your life. You're never going to go another day without thinking about me because you're going to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Now that's mean.
Yeah.
I said me living in your head is mean.
Yeah.
You telling someone they're ugly, like, yeah, like it stings initially.
Yeah.
Right. But then if I tell you that you look like your toes hang over the front of your slide, you're going to think about that for the rest of your life. If I told you that you look like Mountain Dew Code Red is your favorite gas station drink.
Whoa.
You're going to think about that for the rest of your life.
And I feel like we never talk about how creative you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Those are the ones that hurt the most to me.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that are the funniest to me.
Yeah.
When you're very, very specific. Like,
yeah.
Because I'm like, you just calling someone fat and ugly, like, means nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going for the superficial.
Totally. I think what's so sick about you is if we're about to get jumped by the bullies and there needs to be someone who's, jumps up in the front and is like, stop in the name of love. It's going to be your Care Bear ass.
Yeah.
So I want to know because, I think sometimes, because you can give the strong one vibes.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, what things, like, do you care about? What things are important to you? What motivates you?
I think what I care about most in the world is, like, my family, like, my loved ones. I care what they think about me the most, right? I care what the people who love me think about me, like my fans. All the, like, marginalized groups that I try so hard to defend, I care about what they think, right? Whenever I've had open discussions with my fans when I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this? I'm so open to reception because I know that not everyone's perfect. And nobody started out being extremely woke and present and everything. We all did and said things that we are no longer advocating for when we were younger. I'm talking, like, things that are funny to laugh at. Yeah. I'm not talking, like, racism or homophobia. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. Those things are, like,
there's always been, like, a very clear line.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stuff like that. But it's, like, terminologies, like, words we used to use to laugh at, things that we used to find funny are no longer funny because now we know better, which is the beauty of growth and evolution. Yeah. So I care a lot about when people are telling me, because, like, I'll give you a good example, right? When I first started making content, I would always specify cis men, right? I always said, like, cis men is who I'm talking to. I did that several times. And then one of my followers who's a trans man, messaged me and asked me politely and very, like, educational, like, they asked me, can you please not specify anymore because this invalidates trans men because you're distinguishing between the two. Yeah. Like, you're saying, like, oh, you aren't these men or you're not real men, whatever that may be. So I never specify anymore because he was right. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the last thing I ever want to do is be, like, someone who isn't open to learning more about stuff like that. Yeah. So I was like, I totally understand where you're coming from. So I amended it. So I stopped doing that and that was a long time ago. But I stopped doing that because I always want to be someone who's open to learning. But at the same time, I want to be as inclusive as I possibly can. Yeah. So those are things that I care about a lot when it comes to my content. Like, being open and receptive to things like that is important to me. Yeah. So,
You know what? I just want to really quickly round of applause, you guys, for Drew for having a working brain and a beating heart. And a beating heart. Yes, nail class.
Love that.
Come on. That's actually, it's very rare these days. I feel like, bitches are waking up, which it's not that serious. It's never that serious, but bitches are waking up. Yeah. And I feel like, I think, it's cool that, especially when I see, like, you kind of roll in with a crew. You
Mm-hmm.
roll in with the posse every time you roll up, and it's always your family.
Yeah.
And that's so beautiful to me.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my family, we roll deep as like my team and here, and also my team that manages me and everything knows too. Like, if I can, I ask for a +6.
Yeah.
If I can, and it's all family.
Yeah.
Like, and I just bring them because I need them, and
Yeah.
they like to come along. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win.
Yeah. Do you think that it's so interesting? Do you think like, because obviously like, you know, the things that you sort of plug into your character
Mm-hmm.
come from like how you were raised.
Yeah.
Do you think like in your family dynamic like you're the strong one as well?
I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on your definition or of strong, but
Or like where do you think you fall? Like what role, like where are you in the list
of like, well, I'm a middle child, right? So yeah,
Same.
so my sister's the oldest and we have a baby brother. I'd say my mom's probably the strongest out of my entire family. My mom is just like, my mom's that girl.
Same.
You know? So
Same.
she's been pushing and working. My mom had us really young. Like both my parents are high school sweethearts.
Oh my
so
God.
yeah, so they've been together for a long time.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love
like,
that.
I think they're going on 30 years. So my parents have been together for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So I would say out of the three of us, my brother's probably the most like la la la, right? Because he's the baby. So like
Yes.
he gets to be that way. He
Yeah.
gets to be aloof because he has two older sisters.
And everyone lets him
He's-
low key.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom lets him get away with murder. And then my older sister is like, she's like the mom of the siblings. Like my sister takes care of all of us. Like my sister literally used to help me submit for financial aid when I was in college every year.
Yeah.
My sister did it for me.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, hey, can you help me? And then she's like, does that mean you just want me to do it? And I was like, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, she
Yeah.
did it anyway. She sets our doctor's appointments. She calls and figures things out for us. Like she's done that forever. So I think for me, I'm strong in the sense of like, I don't let anyone walk all over my sister or my brother. Because
Yeah.
both my brother and my sister are very open
Yeah.
and very forgiving. And in that sense, it's not with my brother, I think it's naive. With my sister, I think it's just trusting. Both
Yeah.
of them are just very trusting.
Yeah.
And I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So every time I'm like, no. Like I tell my sister, no, you deserve better than that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
My brother, sometimes I give my brother insults. Like I'll tell my brother, what's he look like? And then I'll say, okay, this is what you say to him. The next time he tries to say something, this is what you say to him.
Yeah.
I do that with my brother all the time.
Oh
I'm
my
like, this is it.
gosh.
Don't ad lib. Just say the lines that I gave you.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, cool. Because my brother's just so sweet that he doesn't think about things like that.
Yeah.
And so I'll tell him, I'm like, what's he look like? Describe him to me. Paint me a picture so I can think of something funny to say. So, like, I'd say I'm strong in that sense.
Yeah.
As far as my family dynamic. But, like, every single one of us brings something essential to, like, our family. So I think that's why I bring
Yeah.
them everywhere.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Like I honestly would if I could.
Yeah.
They're just always my family's so busy. We're all workaholics and we
Yeah.
all like, you know, I think
Same, honestly.
my little sister, it's so funny. So when I was growing up and I was in high school, I was
Yeah.
I was raised Catholic. Like
Okay.
I was definitely like Virgo rising all the way
Mhm.
down. Like I went to Catholic school until I was probably in the 6th grade. And then, you know, but I was still the wild child because, you know, I was not going to miss out having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I'm one of those people who, you know, I think also you having a Sagittarius rising,
Yeah.
something about, you know, the thing that even though you are close with your family, you do sort of take the same perspective and bring it or extend it to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Meaning like you sort of, you know, you have a worldly perspective,
Yeah.
you know? And so I,
And we march to the beat of our own drum.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We step out. Did you get in trouble the most? Because I did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same.
I was the most expensive child. I'm proud of that. I definitely like got in trouble the most.
Yeah, same.
And I think that I always tell, you know, my mom, it's so great that my mom is like the best mom in the world
Same with mine.
to my little sister especially.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was part of that because I feel like I low-key shaped that relationship. Like it was really me.
You
Like,
say you're welcome.
yeah, you're welcome. Like I definitely chilled her out a lot because I really was rocking the boat whenever I could. I didn't even mean to. It was just that I literally like was like, I'm about the vibes. Like
Yeah,
my parents
we have similar stories in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom says about my older sister, my mom was like, she was the perfect baby. Never cried.
Same.
Loved everyone. Like, so sweet. Like, she was so like, hi to everyone, everything. She goes, so then when I got pregnant with you, I was like, this is going to be easy. Because Dason was a walk in the park. And then she said I came out mad.
Oh,
I came
LOL.
out the womb mad. So like I was grumpy. I never let anybody hold me. I was so angry all the time. I was a picky eater, stubborn, know-it-all, carries. That's a Virgo thing.
You know what? Speaking of it being a Virgo thing, I think
Yeah.
I want to also add this segment
Mm-hmm.
because as I'm talking to people, I'm realizing that I pick up things about signs.
Yeah.
Like what things I feel like, certain signs could benefit from knowing.
Yeah.
I feel like as a Virgo rising, I peeped that Virgos, whenever you feel like, life is crazy and you don't feel like yourself,
Yeah.
just start criticizing shit. You will start, I know it sounds ridiculous, but
Yeah.
it will start making you feel like I woke up this morning and I was so disheveled.
Yeah.
I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, I was thinking about the show, thinking about you,
Mm-hmm.
which by the way, I had a dream about you. Which
Ooh,
this
love
is-
that.
I'm a Gemini moon, so I like literally like I do like go on tangents, and I realize that we have talked about 3 different subjects in the past 30 seconds. Let me wild out though.
Yeah.
So I had a dream that, you and I were sitting at this restaurant in Calabasas called Shibuya, best sushi ever. But we weren't getting sushi. We were eating like shrimp and chicken on top of rice and like pineapples.
Okay.
Have you seen those? It was so
No,
random.
no.
I was like, what? And it was like multiple pineapples with food in it. I was like, girl,
That's
what
how
are
you
we
know
doing?
it's a dream, because I would never order that
Yeah.
at a sushi restaurant.
Yeah. And it was just you and me. And
Yeah.
it had like some like kind of chipotle mayo on top of it.
Interesting.
And I was like, this does not seem to go together.
Were we having fun?
Yeah, we were having fun. It was a good
Cool.
time.
All right. Love
yeah.
that.
I was with the shits. I love rice too.
Me too.
Yeah. Like
Love
I can't
that.
live without rice.
Carb girl.
Carb girl. Keep the ass fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feed her.
Feed
She
her.
needs it.
So, but I was like thinking about this, and then when I woke up, it was like really early. And then I was like, let me just start getting my day started. And I was like, hell no. Went to sleep, woke up at 7. I was like, shit. So then I woke up and I started thinking about what we were doing today. And I just started criticizing things that I was doing. Oh,
Yeah.
I started criticizing things that I was doing.
Yeah.
I started criticizing like, things that I felt like could be better, things that I felt like I could, ease into.
Yeah.
And I felt like when I did that, I started to feel more like myself.
Yeah.
And not for the sake of criticizing, but for the sake of being like, these are my thoughts.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Mhm.
This is how I roll. This is
Yeah.
what I like.
Yeah. I agree with you, because I think a hallmark of being a Virgo is the workaholic thing is big, right? Overachieving is a big Virgo thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also being hypercritical of your work ethic and how if you're being productive and how
Yeah.
is a big Virgo thing.
Totally.
So workaholic, like stubborn about not taking breaks, about not, you know what I mean? Like just constantly working. So like I always feel better when I criticize what I'm doing, because I can control it.
Yes. Oh
And
my
Virgos have a
God.
big control thing.
Yeah.
So like they have to control things. And
It's so weird.
we're
And,
also big know-it-alls, which I feel like
Yeah.
Virgo men, I've slandered many people on Twitter about astrology. Capricorns mainly. I started a Capricorn hate train for a while. I made it
Yeah,
trend, yeah, because that's how much fire I was spreading about Capricorns.
Yeah.
You guys are all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, with Virgos, I said Virgo men came straight from hell. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Crawled right out of the sewer,
Yeah, yeah.
genuinely like Pennywise. And then I describe Virgo men as like,
I feel like Virgo men, I feel like Sagittarius men had like bad sushi and threw up, and then Virgo men like became out of that.
they were born out of
Yeah.
it. That makes sense.
Yes.
I describe Virgo men as like the dude at a children's birthday party that's like too rough with the piñata.
Oh.
Like gets in the line and is too aggressive. Too much. Take it down a notch.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? It's for kids. We're all having a good time.
Yeah.
That's Virgo man. That's like a
Yes.
summary of them.
This is the kids' party, bro.
Yeah. Have you ever played a board game with a Virgo man? Yeah. Good luck. good luck. Because you're losing all the pieces when he throws it at the wall because he's losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's one of those.
Yeah.
So
He's
Virgo.
one of those.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say this is my favorite part of the show because I sit down. This is called Reading with the Stars.
Love.
But it looks like when this part of the show comes on, the fan submissions we're about to do, they get to read us. And I never know. I never listen to them. So I'm excited. So let's get the fan submissions. You guys called on a voicemail on a number that I always put on my story whenever we do them. We're going to play some of them right now so we can hear them out loud. And we'll react to them in literally real time. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, this is Eris wanting to talk to Drew and ask her some questions.
Sure.
How do you feel about Sag women? Who do you fangirl the most over? And the biggest tip on having self-worth? That's it. Thank you, Drew. Love you so much.
Sag women, I love Sag women.
We ride for Sag women till dawn.
Antoni's a Sag woman.
Yeah.
My mom and sister are both Sag women. So, like, I fuck heavy with Sagittarius women. Honestly, the only bad things I have to say are about men. Mm-hmm. Shocking.
Yes.
The branding, she's consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The second one was...
I actually had an experience in my life where I was a Sag man, and it was so bad that I literally aborted the mission and decided to be a Sag woman.
They got it wrong.
Yeah, y'all got it all wrong.
They got it wrong.
And
the stars got it wrong.
The stars got it all wrong.
You're incorrect.
Yeah. They were like, you're going to be a Sag man in this life. I said, hell no.
And that's part of your Virgo.
Yeah.
Refusing.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think not.
Yes.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I
rest my case.
Please. A Virgo fangirling. That's a rare sight.
No,
Let's
it
go,
truly
though.
is. That's so funny. To be honest with you, because I work in this industry now.
Yeah.
You know, you meet a lot of people that you've seen before only in like movies, TV, online.
Totally.
It takes a lot to shake me. I don't think I've ever been like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I was gonna fangirl over someone. You know who I'm a really big fan of? This is so random, but you know who I'm a really big fan of? I can't wait. I'm manifesting that one day I'll get to meet Caesar Milan. Do you know the dog whisperer? I idolize that guy. Let me tell you something. If you do nothing else, go on Disney Plus and watch the dog whisperer. Tell me it doesn't change your life. I swear to God, I watched it and I was like, I'm a dog trainer.
I actually used to be an assistant for this woman who was adamant about getting her dogs checked every quarter with a whisperer.
Was it Caesar Milan?
I don't think so.
Then he doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's why there's only one. And I swear to God, my boyfriend and I got so into the show over quarantine especially that I started training the dogs. I was like, I'm more than qualified. I've watched like 100 episodes. I'm dead. I'm more than prepared. Yeah. I started doing the little thing. It doesn't really work that well for me because I'm not the chosen one. He is.
Got it.
So I watch that show like my life depends on it. Like one day the apocalypse is going to be on the brink of happening and they're going to be like, we need a dog whisperer. That's not Caesar Milan. And then I'm going to step to the plate.
You're going to be like,
I'm going to be there.
Pick me.
I'm going to be like,
choose me.
I'm going to be like,
love me.
I would say him. Oh my God, I would die to meet him. Also The Rock, but I think that's just pretty on brand because we're both Samoan men. Like, just the two of us out here, brother. It's just the two of us, friend. So yeah, those are probably, I mean, I fangirled really, really hard when Lizzo duetted my video. Yeah. So love her, stan her forever. Yeah. I don't know. I just can't really think of anyone that would make me like, I feel like you're the same. Yeah. I don't have many people that would make me feel that way.
I think I literally only have 2 people in mind, and three people. It's Stevie Nicks.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Brandy, the singer.
Ooh, love that.
Iconic. And Rihanna.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There was one time I was actually leaving my barber shop.
Yeah.
And I was in the East Village in New York. And I saw this Rolls Royce SUV, and outside of it was A$AP Rocky and some other dude. They were like smoking a doobie or some shit like that, and whatever. And I walked by them, mad casual, whatever. And then once I was like a block past them, I literally, my heart started palpitating. I missed a couple beats because my brain caught up and was like, that dude knows Rihanna.
That's how I would feel if I saw A$AP Rocky too. Literally, honestly.
Like, you know Rihanna?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like,
Are you a friend of Rihanna's?
Are you a friend of Rihanna?
Oh, I swear to God, if
Didn't
someone
you have like a baby with her?
if someone ever meets A$AP Rocky, please approach him that way.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Yes.
Oh, I live.
You're
I think
Rihanna's man, right?
yeah, right?
Right?
You know her, right?
Yeah, you know her.
Can you tell her to hang out with me? Beyonce's a big one.
Totally.
Like, obviously, my Virgo queen.
My Virgo queen.
The only Virgo that matters
Totally.
is Beyonce.
Yeah. Only Virgo that matters.
Only
ever.
Virgo that matters.
Her and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have called me John Wick, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was John Wick for Halloween
Oh.
last year, and my boyfriend was the dog that gets murdered. That sent him on a spiral. That was the two of us. The biggest dog you've ever seen in your life.
Please. No, yeah.
Some people were like, I don't get it. Like when they saw us, which like, I'm like, bitch, girl, if you know, you know. Cause I was gender bending John Wick, essentially.
Yeah.
So wearing my dad's clothes.
Please.
And then, in a wig. And then when we posted the pictures, they were like, oh, okay, that's awesome. They were like, that's sick. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they call me John Wick because it's like they're like, you know, Baba Yaga is like a big thing. So I'm just a boogeyman.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do we have another fan submission? So we're going to go on to our second fan submission right now.
Let's do it.
Play it up.
Hi, Anthony and Drew. I'm a huge fan of both you guys, but I just wanted to ask you guys, is there a phase, like a fashion phase you guys both went through that you want to go back, but you know you could never repeat it? And can you tell us what it was? Okay, that'd be good.
A fashion phase that we want to go back to but could never?
That we went through but we can never go back through.
Oh, man. I went through a real, I guess now you would call it maximalism.
Okay.
But I was ahead of the curve, babe.
Okay.
I was on my maximalist grind. Did it look like garbage? Yes. But I was free. And I think I would love to do that. I can no longer. But I used to wear all the colors and all the patterns. Real like Ashley Tisdale core. You know what I mean? Early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was me. Layering.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, because how old are you?
24.
Okay, yeah, so you're not that far away from me. But yeah, like real early Disney Channel, like DCOM era fashion.
Yeah.
That would be fun to go back to.
I like kind of like remade a couple looks of that last year. It was definitely cunt.
Yeah.
Like I think that like I'm not beyond putting a dress and like jeans or pants together.
Say, I think they're a serve.
They're a serve.
I mean, trends are cyclical, right? So they always come back.
Totally.
But low rise, I'll jump off a building instead.
You know what?
Don't bring those back.
I will say, I think that like I don't know. Like I feel like for some people it looks really good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like my biggest
fair.
thing with fashion is like you just find what looks best on you.
Yeah.
And I want to just quickly say, not that I would ever go back to it, but there was this era that I had like junior year of high school where I had this like one like top man leather jacket that I would not let rest throughout the months of July. I remember I was like walking outside in the humidity of like somewhere in the boonies in North Carolina because my parents were like, oh, like you want to go out, but we're not driving you. It was before I had a license.
Oh.
Mind you, I failed my permit test 13 times. So they're like, we're not going to let you drive any of our cars anytime
13?
soon.
13? I thought you were going to say 3 because I was going to say same. But we can't relate.
Yeah.
I failed actually twice. I passed the third time on the stupid permit. When I got my license, I passed on the first try.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. See, turns out our parents were wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom was literally, this is again, look, there's a reference back to my sister because I failed twice and my mom took off work or like left work early to take me.
No.
And my mom was so mad that she was like, the third time, ask your sister. I'm not bringing you anymore.
Yeah.
Because my sister was chauffeuring me everywhere because she was the only one who had a license. So then she took me. She's like, dude, you got to pass this time, bro. I was like, I know. I was literally just so like,
Words
oh my
of
God.
encouragement. Your sister's a Sag, right?
Yeah.
Words of encouragement from a Sag.
There you go.
Dude, you got to pass this time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, actually, that's it. Okay, we're going to go into our third fan submission, our last one, yeah? Mm-hmm. Perfect. I'm so excited.
This is Addison. I guess this is a question, but how do you guys feel like about regular people, I guess, wanting to be friends with influencers or celebrities per se? I feel like there's so many personas online that I feel like I would get along with, but it's just so like fucked to reach out and be like, oh my god, like I think we'd be great friends, because influencers have to be careful about like who they hang out with and reach out to. I just was wondering, like, how do you guys feel about stuff like that?
That's tea.
Yeah,
That's a real interesting question.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I think it's bad. I just think that you should. I mean, it seems like this person is aware that it's like awkward. Like it's a little strange. Like if you're a really big fan of someone and then you just want to like hang out with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I just can't relate though, because like the people that I'm really big fans of, I like never want to meet. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Like, what if they're terrible? What if they're annoying?
Totally.
You know what I mean? I don't want to know.
Totally.
So like, I don't know. I guess it's like.
I feel like, so for me, like, and I think this is partially the fact that, you know, I'm a Sag and I'm African, and it's just like we are so, it takes a village to do anything.
Yeah,
It takes a village to literally do anything.
Literally, yeah.
I'm so about the vibes.
Yeah.
So I've met people before who, you know, have seen me or know me from my videos. They didn't really give like fan behavior.
Yeah.
Because the vibes were like so sick and like we're so cool. Like I will like, if the vibes are right, I will talk to anyone. Like I do love.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
It's all about the vibes. Like, the vibes
Yeah.
don't lie. Like, you know.
Yeah, you have to. I think you just like have to be cognizant too that like creators who you see online is not their entire personality.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's just one facet of it. So you may think that you would want to be friends with this person.
Yeah.
And then you meet them in real life and you're like, actually, no,
Yeah.
thank you. So like, not to say that that's about me or you.
Yeah.
But like, you think you know them is like what I think is important to distinguish, because
Yeah.
it's parasocial.
Yeah.
So like, you feel so close to this person because you watch them all the time. You learned all these things about them, but like it's not reciprocal in that sense. Like, I don't know anything about you.
Totally.
So you coming at me with like, I know everything about you, I think we would be friends. I think that should be left up to us.
Yeah.
Because you know a lot about me, but I don't know anything about you.
I agree 1,000%.
Yeah.
Because like, and I think that's also one reason why I love, you know, being able to do different things on different platforms, like do this show. It's like a different side of me, I feel
Exactly.
like. Because like, you know, to see me on like a BBL timeline is one thing.
Yeah.
But that's like so like one side of my personality. Like,
and it's like 1/100th.
One
of who you
100th,
are. Like,
totally.
if that. So
totally.
that's why I'm like, you know, some people, like, when they meet me in real life, they're like, you're actually a lot more quiet and like laid back. I'm not shy by any means, but like, I'm just a lot more chilled out than they thought I would be.
I expected you to be exactly how you are.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
some people like, I'll give you a good example, Teffy.
Yeah.
You know Teffy?
Yes.
She's so fun. She's wild in
Yeah.
real life, but you would never think that when you watch her content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you watch her content, she seems real calm and like wise, which she is.
Yes.
But that's only one half of her.
Yeah, totally.
The other half of her, she's so fun.
She's literally so.
She's such a good time.
I was like
fucking love
walking.
Teffy.
I was walking to my hair appointment, which I literally have a hair appointment every week.
Yeah.
I was walking to my hair appointment, and like I get a call from her. I'm like, hello. She's like, yo, I for real you just passed my table. Like it was somewhere in like Nolita in New York.
Yeah.
And I went back. She's like, just come back the way you were walking. And I turned back, and she's sitting there with a different hair color, and she's like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is
That's
crazy.
why I said Teffy's a good example too, because like that's only one half of her. Like,
Yeah.
or one like piece of the pie.
Yeah.
But she's like so fun and
Yeah.
loud and crazy and like just like the best time at the party.
Yeah.
So like you would never gather all of that though just from like her advice videos.
Totally.
Because she is really a wise person and she's really patient and kind and loving.
Yeah,
Which
which
got
is
a whole nother side to her.
I feel like, and not just like right there, just like answers the question, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I like if you let these people that you see like on the internet and you see and you look up to or you follow, if you like meet them in real life, IRL, and you let them be who they are,
Yeah.
you know, and it works, then yes.
There
you know
go.
what I mean?
Exactly. That's my point. Because
Yeah.
I was like, let us decide that.
Yeah.
But also for safety reasons, we can't just hang out with you just because you think we would get along.
Yeah.
I wish that would, you know, I wish the world wasn't that way, but just like for pure safety, that's why we don't do things like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you and I talked about this a little bit yesterday offline, but like meeting people in real life that are big fans of your content is like
Brains and beauty and brains.
Beauty. That's an inside joke.
That's an inside joke. Beauty and brains.
Oh my god, that joke would kill if we could tell it.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's like it's real like specific to the person. Depends. Yeah. It depends. Just tread carefully and like be nice when you meet them in person. Like, don't overstep or anything like that. And I'm sure like if it happens naturally, let it happen.
Let it happen.
Yeah, organically. But if not, it's okay too. You know what I mean? Not a big deal.
Yeah. Oh my God, no, a hose is going off. Film this though. A hose is going off right now. Hold on, y'all. The hose is still going, but the hose are also still going.
The hose are sitting here.
The hose are sitting right here. Well, you guys, unfortunately, this is the end of this episode, which I'm really sad. I literally never want Drew to like, I could literally talk to Drew forever.
Period.
But I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to another amazing episode of Reading the Stars. Don't forget to follow, review, and rate the show on literally any streaming platform that you can listen to a podcast on. And also subscribe to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel for all full video episodes. And you can also find Drew's show, the comment section, on the same channel.
Period.
So Drew, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Drew Afualo on literally everything except Facebook. That's not for you, that's for me.
Also, if you like see like a random man crying, if you see like some random man crying on your TikTok FYP, like if you look below in the caption, they just tag her right there and just click that. You can follow her right there. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming again.
Thank you.
Love you.
For having me. Love you.
Reading the Stars is produced by Brad TV and Picture Start. It's hosted and executive produced by Antoni Bumba. Our lead producer is Katie Felber, with help from Emmanuel Staller and Neha Gandhi. Our editor is Brian Felber. Our talent coordinator is Carrie Brooks, with help from Amanda Maddox. And our head of production is Chase Logan, with sound provided by Extreme Music. Executive producers are Rob Fishman from Brat TV and Eric Feig of Picture Start. Special thanks to Darlene Kenny and everyone else who made this show possible.